Check. 1 2 1 2. Peace world. What is going on? Happy Friday. Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. My name is Substantial, man. Happy to see everybody. Yeah. Welcome. Yo, we have a ridiculous amount of stuff to cover / talk about today. Sorry for the delay. Just making sure I had everything in order before I went live. But yeah, man, glad to see everyone in the chat, sending love and positive energy your way, man. Yo, no lies at all, Chris. They're definitely flying by. But peace to everyone in the chat. Shout out to the homie Early Bird, man. Good to see you in here, bro. Shout out to Case or Kais. I always wonder if I'm saying it right, but man, peace to you. Happy Moji, what up? What up, Warpath? What up, Samurai Green Beast? Josh, what up? And yeah, man, peace to everyone watching, no matter where in the world you're watching. Grateful to have everyone here. Like I said, we got a lot to talk about. Let me get these graphics loaded up so we can get right to it. Because this is one of those moments where, like, I'm definitely not going to downplay the fact that it's probably going to be a long one today. Because it's a lot to go over. But let's make sure this is connecting first. Looks like it's going to do what it needs to do. Yes. All right, cool. So let me cue up this graphic. And, man, we're going to start on a bit of a serious note. Hold on. There it is. Cool. Yeah, so we definitely got a serious thing that to update everybody on, man. That if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen a little bit about it already. But first and foremost, man, I need everybody, whether you pray or whatever it is you do, definitely send prayers up for the homie, YU. YU and I are, we are friends, man. We've known each other since. Man, what was it? I met YU through, working with Odyssey and Mellow Music Group, and we became cool. We toured together back in, this was like around the time of Home is Where the Art Is. We were spending a lot of time and stuff. So, man, definitely, sending prayers, healing energy to him. For those who don't know what happened, man, I'll just share this update. This is from a picture of a show we had together in Maryland a while back. But yeah, man, super shout out to my brother YU. But yeah, man, this is from mother of his son, Imani, who I believe I know her through the 21 Poets. For those who familiar with that. I know Kevin Savio is familiar with 21 Poets, but yeah, man, she shared this message this morning, which is an update. Bismillah, update. Many of you have seen my previous posts about my son's father, Michael YU, being in critical condition after being struck by a vehicle while riding his motorized scooter on October 7th in D.C. After speaking with investigators today, we now know who is responsible for hitting him, and it is being considered an accident. There is still much more to learn, and we will continue to update everyone as we learn more. Right now, we are in dire need of your prayers, remembrance, positive thoughts, and all the good energy you can send our way, inshallah. If you are a friend or would like to visit Mike, this is information for, those of us closer to him. But yeah, man, definitely just asking everybody, I know some of you may be familiar with his music already, and I know some of you may have met him in the scene, and I know a lot of you don't know who he is, but this is a really, really good brother, man. More important than, more important than how great of a rapper he is, producer, vocalist. This dude, man, he's an artist, right? Like he's who a lot of us in the scene, when we talk about who our local favorites are, like this dude's at the top of the list. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to this style of hip hop, like really soulful hip hop, socially conscious, very reflective. Yeah, man, like he just makes amazing music, but more important than that, this brother is a good dude, like a really, really good dude who I spent a decent amount of time with. You know, fellow father, fellow black father. Yeah, man, definitely. Shout out to the homie RBI, to my big bro RBI, who reached out, who gave me heads up on it, and you know, sending love to RBI as well, because I know it wasn't easy for him to share that with me, because you know he recently lost his mom. You know, but yeah, man, definitely. You know, the whole scene has really been coming together, and I'm trying to send good vibes out to him and his family, man. But shout out to the brother YU. We're definitely pulling for you, bro. And yeah, just wanted to start the show with that. I know it's a bit of a somber note and stuff like that, but you know, this is a dude who, you know, we consider a friend. I would highly recommend any of you. I mean, of course, we got collabs and stuff y'all can listen to, but I would highly recommend, if y'all have never heard YU, never heard his music, man, you are in for a treat. You are in for a treat. For those who reach out to me all the time and say things like, yo, man, like the positivity and the message in your music, all of that type of stuff, like, yo, like this is what, you know, I feel like rap has been missing and all of that. Yo, look, this is who I listen to. You know what I mean? Like, this dude, man, like, I can't stress it enough. And this ain't one of those things where I'm saying it because of what he's going through. Like, anybody who knows me, you know, if you listen to my soulful hip hop playlist, he's on there more than a few times. I've said it in interviews and to people time and time again. I still believe that probably one of the best albums that Mellow Music Group ever released is the 1978ers album by him and Slim Cat. Never mind, like, you know, his 2 solo albums he dropped with them, which are phenomenal as well. He's also 1/3 of Diamond District with Odyssey. So, you know, he's one of those dudes that you might have heard and didn't realize you've heard his stuff. But I can't stress it again, man. Like, this is a huge blow to our community here in the DMV, because this is a loved brother right here, you know, because outside of being a great musician, more importantly, he's a good person, you know, a great dad. And yeah, you know, so again, man, just sending prayers out. Really, you know, really big shout out to the brother YU, my man Mike. Going through the comments real quick so I can get caught up before we keep going. But again, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Early Bird. Shout out to Case. Shout out to Warpath, Happy Mochi, Samurai Green Beast, Joshua McGee, Chris. Hey, Juan, what up, man? It's been a while. Good to see you up in here, fam. Let's see. Yo, thank you for asking this. Any GoFundMe or anything going up for him? At this time, not to my knowledge, but I will check. I'll check with his family and stuff. You know, they were reaching out because I had been sharing the information as much as I could on social media. And so someone close to him just reached out thanking me and saying they keep me in the loop. Because initially we thought it was a hit and run. And then they found out later it was just an accident. And so, like, thankfully it wasn't you know, what we thought originally. However, he's been through multiple surgeries already, and was in critical condition at one point. And so he's been through a lot of surgeries, and yeah, we just everybody's praying for him and pulling for him. And yeah, man, I'll let y'all know as I get more updates, for sure. But yeah, man, you know, on a lighter note, you know, and not to you know, take such a hard pivot, but yeah, man, today is a lot of different things. One is Friday, so, you know, a lot of us are prepping for the weekend, looking forward to like good vibes and all of that. One of the things I'm looking forward to, I know you see me with this bright ass hoodie on. So, and if you don't know what that logo is down here, that's the WNBA logo. Tonight is the WNBA Finals, Game 4. You know, I've talked about it on the show before. And, man, it's Game 4 with Las Vegas Aces and Phoenix Mercury in Phoenix. And this is our first ever game 4 for the WNBA. First ever game 4 in a game of like 7, right? So first time they've done a game like 7 games for the finals. So this is a big deal because Vegas is up like 3-0, and it's been a phenomenal series because even though Vegas is up 3-0, this has not been a walk in the park for them. Shout out to Asian. Wow. Pray for me. Shout out to A'ja Wilson. Definitely, if not the greatest woman basketball player all time, definitely amongst the greats. I got a lot of women in basketball I follow over the years, and she is amazing to say the least. But that game-winning shot she hit on the last one. So I don't know I know some of you, because I feel like we talked about it a few weeks ago. I know some of you've been following, but yeah, man, this season has been great, and just watching how Vegas turned it around, and also watching how like that momentum carried with them into the playoffs has been crazy. Because I think they were 16-0 going into the playoffs or whatever, after being like at 500 throughout the season, you know what I mean? Like up until All-Star break, something like that. And so now watching how this momentum has carried them into the playoffs, and how, they've been showing up night in, night out. So it's been crazy. But yeah, Joshua says, tonight is the last game of the season. A'ja is killing. Yeah, fam. Hey, first of all, let me say something. Man, you know how disrespectful it is to hit the game-winning shot on someone else's home court. That's already disrespectful. But it's also disrespectful to do it over 2 elite players, 2 like probably future Hall of Famers, who also happen to be engaged, right? So like I saw someone post that said, damn, like, to do that like on their home court over 2 people who were literally engaged, that's going to be a quiet, long ride home. Hey man, this has been, it's been great. It's been great. I've been loving it. You know what I mean? Especially when they traded Plum, folks thought they were crazy. Guess not. For real. And I'm a big man. Listen, Kelsey Plum is a beast. She plays for the Los Angeles Sparks now. And they were looking, they're getting their act together as well. I think they're going to be great going into next season, depending on what moves they make, and if they don't break up the squad that they got, they could be great. And of course, if they stay healthy as well. But they definitely weren't crazy. They figured it out. They were struggling at first, but Vegas figured it out for sure. I think the Aces are going to sweep the series. A'ja is a beast. Yeah, I mean, I don't see them not closing this out. But the only reason why I think they can sweep right now is because of the fact that Sabally is not playing. You know what I mean? She she got injured at within the last 5 minutes of the last game, and is going under concussion protocol, so she has to miss game 4. And so that's definitely heartbreaking for Phoenix, because she's a great player. Her sister's a beast too. Her sister plays for the Liberty, and obviously they won the championship last year, and I think her sister had a big game. I can't remember if it was game 2 or game 5. One of those games, like her sister had a really big game. But anyway, definitely, man. I think they're gonna sweep tonight, but I don't listen. Every time they've played in the regular season, and 2 of the games in the postseason that they've played, it's always been decided by 5 or less points. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be entertaining, to say the least. I feel like you would love sports anime. I feel like I've seen one, the most popular one. I think I know it starts with an H. The volleyball joint. I watched it with Serenity back in the day. But Yeah, I mean, I'm open to it, man. I love shows in general that deal with sports, whether it's documentary or it's like, something like Ted Lasso. Um, so yeah, I mean, just just getting the background of what motivates people and like the more human stories, because I think we oftentimes don't realize, like, because of the fact that sports is entertainment for people, we oftentimes don't consider like are what they're going through in their personal life to still have to be able to show up to work and perform. Like all of us do it on our regular jobs, but oftentimes, it's not that there's no pressure involved with having to show up to work even when you don't want to be there, performing at a high enough level where you can maintain that job, and then most importantly provide for those you care about most and yourself. But also the added pressure of doing that, like on a platform as big as theirs, like having that many eyes on you night in, night out. Like WNBA, you got some games where it's only a few thousand and others where it's 10,000 plus, right? Or like or eight to 10,000 plus. So, and never mind the fact that, and sure, that's smaller than the NBA, but let's be real. It's always crazy when I see people talking trash online, trying to downplay the significance of how many people show up for a NBA game. I'm like, shut up. What have you done in your life ever where 1,000 or more people have showed up to see you do what you do? So anyone who's blessed enough to be able to say that's been the case once in their life, you know what I mean? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. And so to do that and have the pressure of, like, these people expect you to come in and win every night, no matter what you're going through. And that's a lot. And that's a lot, man. And and if you know the history of sport, especially in cities where those cities have had major challenges and stuff like that. This is why I love Wrexham so much on Hulu. Like when like how when a team is performing well, how that affects the community, right? That team is playing for. Like how like morale goes up, right? Like how more opportunities, more jobs, sponsors, all these different things come to that city. And so I think it's easy to downplay anything that on the surface appears to be entertainment. But when you understand how it affects like things on a larger scale, even on a micro scale, like there's a lot more stakes than I think people realize, right? And a lot of pressure. People who oftentimes, like when you follow like the sport of boxing and understand like what type of background does a person have to have where they decide that how they're going to make their money is by beating people up night in and night out. I'm going to train my body so I can be this machine-like being that just punishes other people for a living, right? Professional pugilists. Like that isn't something that typically a wealthy person decides to take on as a profession. It's usually someone who's been through it, right? And so I find that I don't just find it fascinating, right? Like, like it's poverty porn or something like that. Like I can relate to that. You know what I mean? I understand what it's like to miss meals, right? To like be so broke that like, one of the best diets sometimes is poverty. Like to be so broke that you drop 30 pounds, you know what I mean, in a few weeks or whatever. Like I've been through those type of things. And so I find their stories like I can relate, but then also like the pressure of performing at a high level so you can lift your family up, right? And inspire your community and lead and do all of these things that people see in you, but you didn't always have the resources to pull it off. So yeah, man. It's dope. But anyway, getting work, don't play favorites, Hall of Fame, whatever you get in this game, women shot. Yeah, for sure. Do you keep in contact with anyone from your battle rap days? Of course, man. Me, Pac FM, Tone Deaf, of course. Like we stay in contact and stuff. before Pumpkinhead, PH had passed and stuff. I keep in contact with him. I don't talk to Poison Pen like as much. I haven't seen him in a couple years, but it's all love when I see him. And so on and so forth, man. Like Poison Pen is one of those people that you see him like in the background of so many like notable battle rap joints. And if you look up Immortal Technique and stuff, he's someone else who I know. We aren't like close like that, but I know him from the battle rap days, and it's love when I see him as well. So there's a long list of folks, but the first few folks I named, those are the ones who I'm closest to, who I used to be in the battle scene with. Let's see. Let's keep it moving. What up? Hey, what up, Kevin? I was just mentioning you. Peace, peace, peace. Happy Friday to you, man. Glad you're able to make it as well. I know you got a lot to talk about, but new Mobb Deep and Kendrick won his lawsuit too. So yeah, I haven't heard the new Mobb Deep joint, but I'm definitely gonna check that out. But yeah, as far as the Kendrick, and Kendrick technically didn't win his lawsuit. Universal Music Group won the lawsuit, right? So for those who've been following, Drake and his legal team took Universal Music Group to court, over Not Like Us. And yo, shout out to Judge Vargas. Yes, I had to learn her name because, man, if you read the 38-page joint that came out, or you watch any of these YouTubers who've been talking about it, fam, that joint was written like, the way it was written, it's like she's been reviewing like rap albums all her life. You know what I mean? Like, just the tone she sets in it, or her and her team, whoever like wrote it out completely. They did a masterful job. And one of the things that was really fluke, like several things. One, the fact that the lawsuit was against the label. Literally the same label that Drake himself is on, and some of the accusations that he made for the label in terms of what they were doing. He only knows that they probably did those things for Kendrick because, one, he's been the biggest artist on that label for God knows how long, and he's benefited from those same things. So it was just kind of ridiculous, especially the fact that, of all the songs they chose to sue over, probably the harshest and most damning song, and song where it's like, if anything defamed you, right? It was probably Meet the Grams. You know what I mean? And so, but not Like Us. And it was just ridiculous too that they tried to go into it and trying to tell the judge in the court to only focus on Not Like Us. Like they were laser focused on that song. And so that was a losing fight out the gate, because when you follow the entire thing, like, you understand that Drake literally, after responding, when he did push-ups, he literally was egging them on. Like, you were inviting the challenge. You know what I mean? You basically went over there, you pause in advance, you poked the bear. You went over there and, my man dropped this verse and did what Kendrick does and disappeared. But, he knew Pride wasn't going to let you sit out quietly. And so you jumped out there and you got what you thought you wanted. You got what you thought you wanted. So this is a big win. I don't feel like it's a big win just for Universal and Kendrick. This is a big win for rap as a genre and as an art. Like, basically part of what was explained in the thing is just like what you participated in, which ultimately led to the comments that you had a problem with, is literally a part of being in rap battles. Like this is a part of the thing. And so what happens, right, if Drake and his team win this? How does the art form change, like moving forward, right? And then how does it play into other genres? How does it play into other art in general? Because this is obviously something like around freedom of speech. And so it's an interesting conversation around this. Counselor Kevin's comments. Oh, man. Technique. Haven't heard that name in a while. Yeah, man, legend. Poison Pen was the hype man for Immortal Technique at Red Rocks a few weeks ago. Yeah, man. Nah, they're super tight. You know, he travels with them all the time. All right, let's keep it moving. So we got announcements to get into, man. Some music for today. Oh, I forgot to do our goal for today. I'm tripping. Let's get this up on the screen real quick. We do have music to share today, but hold on. Let's start a goal. All right, our goal per usual is hit 5 super chats, and I'm sorry I was a little slow with it today. We will do that. But of course, per usual, I have unreleased music that y'all have not heard, some of which has been recorded this week, definitely within the last 2 weeks. So we'll throw this, but even outside of this track, I am going to share other music because there's new stuff that's been released that I won't. There's new stuff that's been released that I will play for you today. But if you want to hear something unreleased, let's hit our goal of 5 super chats. Once again, it does count if you send something via. Hold up, let's get that banner up. If you send something via Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, etc. Just notify me, let me know in the chat that you've done it. I'll check the phone to verify that it came through. And all of that will count toward our goal. But our goal today is to hit 5 super chats and we can hear something unreleased. Got a lot of unreleased joints, man. Like, we're super close to finishing the Bop Alloy record. I've done a bunch of collabs. Just got commissioned to do a new collab this week. So yeah, man, it's from a writing standpoint, it's been great times over here, man. And I'm really feeling good about like a lot of the new music that's on the way. And I hope y'all are excited about it too. Let's see, before we jump into the next thing, has that song you're featured in Peace dropped yet? No, it has not. But you know what, man, let me open this right now. But since it has not, and I don't know when it's going to drop, because the last time I asked my homeboy about it, he didn't get back to me. So, but I think what I am going to do is throw it up on I'm gonna throw it up on Patreon. So if I haven't done it already, I'll put it up there because I got a ton. Man, listen, hey, this is what we would say here is like, yo, no bull or no size, fam. I have probably 2 to 3 albums worth, at least 2 to 3 albums worth of collaborations that I've recorded with artists over the years that have never come out. So I think what I need to do is, because I definitely have been slipping on Patreon. So, just trying to finish. I'm trying to finish these albums, man. But I definitely got to do a better job of just updating those things more. Same thing with Discord as well. So shout out to those of you, man, who are still active, still supporting in spite of that, because it's not, I hope it's not that I'm trying to neglect these things. It's just really like the things there are other things that are pressing too. Like there's a lot of like admin stuff I've been doing, man. I've been spending probably like 6 hours a day sometimes just on admin stuff and still trying to make time to create on those days. And like we had to resolve some issues with the distributor. A couple of releases are messed up. Still trying to resolve this issue as to why To This Union isn't on Apple Music right now. It's literally on every other platform, but for whatever reason, it's not on Apple Music. And so we're just a lot has been happening that has made it difficult maybe to update those sites as much. But I do have a ton of unreleased stuff. And that collab that you just mentioned is one of those tracks where that's why I've been trying to do more things here where it's like, yo, I can at least keep y'all up to date. So, even when you ain't heard something new in a minute, like there's new stuff cooking. But I will add that track in particular to Patreon today. I just opened up Patreon and already hit like the create tab. So I can upload that before the day is out. So thank you for bringing up that track. But real quick, shout out to the homie Warpath. Man, thank you so much for the contribution. We are we are 4 donations away from hitting our goal of 5 today, and I will play an unreleased track for y'all. All right. Drop the collabs on the compilation. So the problem is these are collabs that I was commissioned to do, which means that technically ownership of those songs belongs with the people I collabed with. So in order to kind of force their hand to get them to release it, not even force their hand, but in order to release it legally, I would need to contact them and get them to sign off on it. But something like Patreon and stuff, you know, it's not a formal release and stuff. This is just kind of me letting y'all under the hood, seeing what things are cooking up. It's a bit easier to kind of share it there. But as I mentioned, man, like with Nujabes alone, from songs we've cut from the past or were tied up in legal stuff, like I have over, I think around about an album worth of tracks just that me and Nujabes did alone, which I vowed to not release publicly because of the fact that, you know, he's not here to kind of stamp it. You know what I mean? So there's that stuff. There's God knows how many local artists I've collaborated with who reached out, and then I did the thing and then it didn't come out. And then there's like most of the global artists, most of the artists from other countries that reach out to do stuff. Those things usually come out. But most of the ones that are that never drop, it's almost always artists here in the US. And so yeah, it's just a weird thing, especially because like I will say this though. Since I started charging a lot more for collabs, people drop them collabs now. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, I think for me, if I paid as much as I charge some people for collabs, yeah, I'm going to figure out how to release it simply just so I can, one, if the song is dope, I want people to hear it. And two, I want to make my money back. You know what I mean? ROI, man, return on investment. So, you know, but to each his own, you know what I mean? I will say I enjoy your collab albums. Thank you for blessing us. Man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We're not complaining. They pulled my $5 on the first Patreon. All good by me. Man, I appreciate you, brother. All right, thank you. Any plans to do something special to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Sacrificial Lambs next year? Maybe a video or something. Yeah, I'll definitely, that's a project of mine I don't really talk enough about. And I appreciate you, man, because the whole time I've ever known you, you've always like really showed a lot of love for that project. And so, yeah, man, I think what I'll do, and y'all hold me to account, man, hold me accountable and make sure that like when we get closer to the anniversary, I'll definitely do what I did for, To This Union, the Sun Was Born, where we can do like a video, just kind of breaking down the joint track by track, giving you some history, some behind the scenes, why certain songs were cut from Sacrifice. I think that context would be really, really cool. So I'm down for that, man. I think it would be dope. I don't know if I'm gonna re-release it physically though, because one, I never did do an official pressing of it, but it's also not a project that like there's a small amount of people, like maybe less than 5 people who in like the last 10 years, honestly, like it's not a project that comes up a lot when I talk to folks, and because I think it's in that sweet spot in between when I was with Hideout and when I was with Q and 5, where I didn't have a label. So when I released that track, it was really like, this is pre-streaming and it was hand to hand, right? Like if you got a physical copy of Sacrificial Lambs, I burned that CD in my house. Like I didn't press it up. You know what I mean? I burned that CD in my house, literally did the covers by hand and stuff, like printed them on these stickers, applied them to these little do-it-yourself digipack joints, put them in these resealable bags, like that whole, like it was guerrilla tactics, like marketing, putting and that project out, man. So, yeah, so I don't know if I'll do physical, like a repressing of it, or like a legit pressing of it. But I'll definitely do a breakdown video because I think it's a project that it's a fun project to me. I think there's some gems on that album, man, you know? But anyway, thank you, brother. Happy Friday. I peeped the Halloween colors. You know what I'm saying? Listen, orange is my favorite color. So the moment, listen, I'm wearing orange year round, but when fall come through, I'm in my happy place. You know what I mean? crazy when you think about it. Pay for the feature, but don't drop it to get your money back. Yeah, man, it's a lot. I think a lot of things play into it. I think part of the reason is like people maybe didn't think to drop it as a single. Their plan was always to drop it as part of the album. And for a lot of artists, man, life start lifing, and you just never get around to doing the thing because there are other things in your life that are more pressing. And that happens to artists all the time. Like one artist I know who didn't release a song we did together. It was due to health issues that he ran into. And then after that, he really just kind of left music alone completely. One of these songs that was a result of like, it was like unreleased and like never dropped was, what's the joint? And eventually I put it out, was Splendor. Cause that song, when I did Splendor, I was like, man, I love this joint. It's crazy. And so when the producers of it didn't drop it, when I ended up getting the deal with Hypnot, when I got the deal with Hypnot, and they were like, yeah, man, if you got an unreleased song that maybe we can drop to kind of build the hype around it. Yo, I immediately, because that song was done like within 2 years around that time, I immediately hit those dudes up. I'm like, fam, are y'all going to release this track? Because I really love this track. And they were like, oh man, like we ain't even working together like that no more. It's like, man, I tell you what. And he just gave it to, in writing. He was just like, yo, you can do what you want with the joint. Single thug tier. Immediately I hit up, Hypnot and was just like, yo, we can use this track right here. So we put it out. Then it was just like an unreleased joint that we kind of leaked out along with the announcement of me signing with Hypnot. And then some years after that, I eventually put it on streaming. But it was only because like when I reached out to them, they told me I could do what I want with it. But that was one of those things where it was a paid collaboration, you know what I mean? So, and like for me, it's like I always want artists to feel like, they got their money's worth. I know like I'm not charging a small amount of money. But most important for me is like, I always feel like I'm giving my best when I do these collabs, right? Like, and trying to make it like a memorable moment. And I do what a lot of artists don't do. A lot of times people do collaborations and they don't even help the artist they work with push it. I come on the show, I share it with y'all. I share it via social media. I added the playlist. Every year I create a 2025 or 2024 collaboration playlist. Like if you look up my Spotify, you can always find that. And so, yeah, man, it's just unfortunate, Let's get to this comment. OGs know that album. Yeah, definitely. Is there anyone you wish to collab with right now? I would love to collab with Black Thought. You know what I mean? One, because he's like one of the greatest to ever do it. And two, I've always been a huge fan of him since I discovered the Roots back in the day. And three, like, he's one of those people that intimidates a ton of artists. And I hear what he does and think it's amazing. But I am so confident in my skill that I know I could get on the track with him and be fine. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and I know that's a bold statement to some, but I would say to anybody who thinks that's a reach, they don't listen to enough of me. And if they do, they listen mostly to the softer or like more chill stuff I do versus the other stuff where I'm really in my other bag, you know what I mean? Which has always been, that's always been the main thing before like the more chill stuff blew up and kind of took over. Like, that other side of me has always kind of been like that. I led with that at one point in time, for my brand. So yeah, man, that's the dream one for me. Absolutely, man. Black Thought is legendary, 1,000%. You two are def heavyweights, man. I appreciate that. So look, since I was just talking about collaborations, let me make this one announcement, and then I'm gonna get to the new music of the day, and just remind y'all once again, if you want to hear some unreleased music, maybe it's a new Bop Alloy joint. Or maybe in the spirit of, sending good vibes out to YU, I got this joint that me, AJ Rios, Joe D, who just dropped a new album too. Lord have mercy. Yo, Joe D's new album, Chronos, is crazy. Crazy, 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 man. I love that dude, man. Him and YU may be my favorite rappers. I'm pretty sure they're my favorite rappers from here, from the DMV. But both of their projects, Kokai is probably my favorite artist overall, just because he's so much more than a rapper, like in terms of artists from here. But like the dudes who are just mainly dope rappers, and they're technically producers too, just like Kokai. It's funny, man. They all rap, sing, produce, dabble in like live instrumentation. Like, all of these, evil geniuses, all of them. But yeah, man, those are like three of my favorite artists from this area. Shout out to Odyssey too, man, who's another great one from here. I'm blessed to know all these brothers and have worked with them all too, man. Just, counting those blessings. But yeah, man. So what I'll do right now, we're gonna announce this event. And I'm gonna give you a special reminder before those of you who haven't bought a ticket yet. Like, before you buy your ticket, just something you should know. All right. So for those who don't know, if you didn't get the announcement, man, hey, peace, what's going on, Tyrone? Welcome. All right. For those who don't know, man, I mentioned on the show that I was able to I was finally able to get the live footage from the Think Different tribute jam that happened in February of this year, where we celebrated the life of Nujabes, and we celebrated our collaborations together. It took place at Crescendo Studios. So basically on November 6th, which is a Thursday evening, I'll be like rebroadcasting the not the entire show, but part of my entire set, as well as some instrumental covers that my band performed as well. So, you don't want to miss this. We went through a lot of trouble to salvage the audio and finally get it to sound pretty good, due to this mishap that happened initially, where we weren't able to capture the audio. And shout out to Roland Mayo, who directed this and shot this. Like, he basically spent months finding people who could actually like salvage the audio. And we got like some pretty good audio back. So yeah, man, if you are interested in seeing this, you can buy your tickets via Bandcamp. The link is in the description of this video. I will say this though, before you do that, if you are not already, if you are a Bandcamp subscriber of mine, you do not have to purchase tickets. I'll make sure you get your invites via Bandcamp this weekend. If you are also a Patreon subscriber at least the $5 level, I will make sure that you get an invite as well. So just look out for messages via Patreon or Bandcamp this weekend that will notify you if you are one of those people who get free admittance, free admission. There we go. Free admission into the live rebroadcast. And the reason why I'm calling it a live rebroadcast is because of the fact I'm going to play it, but then afterwards, there's going to be a big announcement that night that I'm going to come on the screen after the video plays to make that big announcement, which will be the official date of the next Think Different tribute jam, which is happening in 2026, as well as ticket information, who's going to be performing, all that good stuff, and what you can expect out of it. But time out real quick, because the homie, man, Happy Mochi, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, sis. All right, shout out to you for your contribution. Been meaning to ask, are you attending or performing at MagFest? Yo, look, the universe is crazy. So the funny thing is, I wasn't planning to perform, but I was planning to attend. But then I got hit up. Shout out to Casey Lee Williams, who reached out and just asked me to perform as a part of her set. So I will be performing with her band. I'm not going to be doing my stuff. I'm just going to really be doing some stuff from her recent project and covering some of the rap vocals from one of the tracks. So I will be there and I will be performing. So if you're in town, I will see you there. And if you're just, you're any of you around, let's all meet up or something. You know what I mean? Get a group photo or something. Hang out at MagFest. All right. Whoa. Hey, that's a nice surprise. Shout out to Luna Buddy. And also, hit that applause again because I forgot to clap it up for Happy Mochi for the contribution. But yeah, man. Good to see you up in here, Luna Bunny. All right. All right. Hey, Early Bird, have a great one, man. I'll see you. Hopefully, I'll get to catch up with you soon, bro. Everyone have a healthy and productive weekend, and I'll tap in next Friday. I got studio time at Crescendo this weekend. Hey, dope. Shout out to Crescendo. All right. Yes, been waiting to see this. So again, November 6th, exclusively on Bandcamp. Catch the replay of the Think Different Tribute Jam. Just my band set. It is not the entire show. Because the entire show literally had, it was hosted by Javier Starks. It was him performing. It was DJ RBI doing DJ sets. It was beat sets by Lizzie Blue and AJ Rios, as well as a performance by local B-boys. This particular video, though, just focuses on my set as well as 2 instrumental covers that my band did that particular evening. So it is not the entire show. The reason why I'm planning to always do it that way going forward is because the goal is to get people to attend the actual show. And I know that may be difficult for some people, but the reality of it is I still, I'm not able to, it's not that I can't charge as much. I don't plan to charge as much to watch these replays as it costs to attend the event. But it's still a cost for me. So that's why, it's not just a free video that I upload, but the more important thing again is just the goal is to get people to come out to these events. And we had a lot of people come out that night and it was great and it was beautiful because of that. So, this is hopefully to give people the main part of the show and hopefully inspire them to want to attend it in person this upcoming year. So when we do make the announcement of the new date, we'll also be letting people know what hotels are nearby. So for those who are going to do what a lot of people did last year, we had 10 different fans that traveled from around the country for it. We're going to make information available to make it easier for those who plan to do that. I'll give you more details after the show on November 6th. But yeah, it's going to be dope. Let's see. I have to know when you're coming to a place near LA, man. Funny enough is I was just in LA performing. We did a big show out there in that was in mid-July. So I was just out there. I think it was July 17th. But I'm definitely planning to come back next year because next year is the 25th anniversary of my first album. So I am planning to tour and do a couple different shows and stuff, and I'll keep you posted. One show that I forgot to add to the list to announce, but I'm already confirmed to go back to Atlanta this year for MomoCon. So anyone planning to be in Atlanta, any fans that are in Atlanta, definitely come out to see me at MomoCon. We'll have lots of merch and all that good stuff. All right, let's keep it going because it's got more stuff to get into. So let's take that off the screen for a second. Hey. So where in the world is Substantial? I've just been talking about these upcoming dates and all of that good stuff. Definitely got a lot of plans on traveling for 2026. Right now, the European tour is on its way in terms of planning. We just confirmed our first date. So I will be in Europe performing on tour for a week next year. It's going to be in late March. But yeah, what was it? I think second to last Sunday in March, we just got confirmed to perform in Madrid. So first time going to Spain and performing in Spain. So we will be there. We're currently, we've reached out to folks in the UK, France, Switzerland, as well. We have tentative dates for Rennes, France, and a tentative date for Portugal. First time going to Portugal and performing out there too. So it's all, those 2 dates are tentative right now. The other things, we just reached out and made contact with some folks, heard back from most of the folks, but haven't got any decisions yet, and going to keep following up with them. But the reason why I'm saying this here is because, not everyone that watches is just a fan. Some people that watch also do events. And book or know people who do book events and stuff like that. So just kind of putting this information out in the universe, out in the world. So those of you who are interested in seeing us in your country, in Europe, this is an opportunity for you to go ahead and chime in the comments, chime in the chat, to make that known, because people who are interested in booking us oftentimes are looking to see what our engagement is like with fans out there. How many fans are listening to us there? How many fans are writing us or commenting daily, like, yo, when you coming here? Like, so that they know that there's a real demand for us to be there. So it's not just about us putting in a ridiculous amount of effort. It's also about the fans being vocal about what they want to see. And that's part of the reason why this is happening, right? Some promoters in Spain saw us when we were doing our thing in China and reached out and was like, hey, man, y'all planning to come to Europe? We're promoters out here. Like, we're doing stuff with Shingo now, and we'd love to bring y'all. So, and that's how it happened. And that's what got the ball rolling to make this possible. So I'll keep you posted as there's more information to give, but it's going to be dope. The announcement for the first European date is going to come very soon, like probably in a couple weeks. So look out for that, and we'll go from there. You know what I mean? Let's get to these comments. With Marcus, damn, there's going to be some Bop Alloy fire. Yo, this album is crazy. Which, as a reminder, we are 3 super chats. We're 3 contributions away from hearing something unreleased. And I will definitely play an unreleased joint today. I'm just debating whether or not it's going to be a Bop Alloy joint or a this YU joint with AJ and Joe D. Or man, listen. You know what? If we hit our goal and maybe even go a little over our goal, I'll play both joints. You know what I'm saying? So I'll put that out there, because we are about to get to the music portion of the show where I'm going to play some stuff that's already released. But if y'all want to hear an unreleased Bop Alloy joint and an unreleased joint that I did with the homie YU and AJ and Joe D, like, we can do all that. You know what I mean? Today, y'all just let me know. All right. But hold on, just checking. Okay, cool. So let's see. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. If you're watching this, give this man his break. I appreciate it. And yo, to be clear, it's whatever y'all can do, man. Like, I'm never asking for a ridiculous amount of money. There's been times where people have like just put a dial up. That's cool. Anything you can contribute is greatly appreciated. It's never mandatory, but it's always appreciated. I try not to put too much pressure on y'all. I'm just letting you know what I would do if you do it. If not, it's cool. We don't hit the goal. It's still cool, because I'm still going to be doing these lives. I show up every Friday. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's sometimes we do these lives and there are no donations, right? But whenever you do, just know that, you know what I mean, I try to, do something extra for those of y'all who come through. And you see my stomach talking right now. It's like, it's lunchtime, sir. What are you doing? I'm working. All right, let's get into this unreleased music. So shout out to the homie Raquel Rob Brown. This is the cover art for her new album called Writing While Black. This album features a verse from me, but also features some original production. And she had me, she selected my track. My one of my beats is like the background for this spoken word piece, because this is a spoken word album. It is not a rap album. It's really dope. This is not the first time I've produced spoken word projects. A lot of you already know about my good friend Anacaona Rocio Milagro, her album To Make an Island of a Street Corner, which is out now, streaming everywhere. I produced most of that record. And this is another spoken word project that I've produced. This is actually the second time I've worked with Rob Brown. I played one of the singles I produced for her before on her last album. And on this album, I produced another track for her, and I rap on a song with her as well. Yes, hey, and this, what she said right here, what Happy Mochi said, is so important. If you're watching right now and you haven't at least liked the video, please consider doing so. That's a small ask. So just at least like the video and help us feed the good old algorithm, so we can get more people, this way it gets recommended to more folks. All right. Appreciate you, sis. Thanks for reminding everybody. And yes, what Warpath said as well. So let's hear some music. Let's play these joints. Olan Mayut, Alan. So the two tracks that you're about to hear are the two tracks that I produced on this album that's out right now called Writing While Black by Raquel Rob Brown. All right. So we're going to start with the intro. Let me know in the comment. Hey, Mrs. Robinson, what's going on? Yo, hey, man, thank you so much, Tyrone. Good old clap it up for you. Appreciate the contribution. Any more gems like I Never Knew with Cradle Orchestra? I definitely, this new song that I just got commissioned to write with this producer out of Japan is not exactly like that, but it's along those lines in terms of vibe, right? Maybe a little bit more upbeat, but very chill like that. So that's coming down the pipeline. Also, this new song, man, I played a rough version of it maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So if you watch one of the older episodes of Substantial Weekly, you can get a sample of this track that I did with this producer named Kian. It's not, again, tone-wise, like message-wise and chill vibe-wise, it's not that far from it, but it's a little more boom bap than kind of like than jazz rap, right? But it's very chill in some aspects like that, but like maybe the drums hit a little harder. So I very much still do those type of collabs. Also, ooh, man. Let me go ahead and tempt y'all real quick. So look. I got a new joint with Kenichiro Nishihara that hasn't dropped either. So your options today for unreleased joint could either be the new Kenichiro joint, right? Which is, it's pretty much a jazz song with me rapping. You know, it's amazing. It's one of my favorite songs that I've done with Kenichiro Nishihara. So we got that. We also have the at least we can hear a new Bop Alloy joint, or we can hear the YU AJ and Joe D collab. So, you know, we got options, you know what I mean? So yeah, we busy out here, you know. Yes, indeed. Hey, says I appreciate you. And yes, and love and prayers to the homie YU, man. Definitely, yo. We only need one more super chat. And again, if you okay, I think we got it. Yeah, hey, hold up. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, got the Luna Bunny. Thank you for helping us get across the line. So even though it doesn't say we hit the goal on YouTube, we actually did hit the goal because I just confirmed that we got a 5th contribution today from Luna Bunny. So thank you so much. So yeah, all right, let's get into music. So what we're going to do first, we're going to play these release joints that are out right now from Rob Brown. One that I produce and the other that I rap on, okay? And then we're going to follow that up with one of the 3 joints that I mentioned. And what I'll do is let's start a poll right now so y'all can decide which one you want to hear, all right? Let's see. Which unreleased song should I play? All right, let's go. New Kenichiro. New Bop Alloy. Add one more option. Hold up. Or new AJ, Joe D, and YU collab. All right. Okay. All right. Think we got that there. I'm going to drop this in the chat so y'all can vote there while we listen to the other stuff. And then once the other 2 songs are done, I will stop the poll. But the poll's open now for y'all to vote, and then we'll go from there. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So, all right, let's get into these joints. think I queued it up. Yes. All right. So the first track I'm about to play is called When Love Calls, right? It's the intro track from Writing While Black by Raquel Rob Brown, which is now streaming on all platforms. You can also find it on Even as well. For those who don't know, Raquel Rob Brown, amazing, legendary poet, has toured the country, like award-winning poet, super, super dope. Good friend of mine, also a fellow, supporter of Words Beats and Life over the years, former teacher there. And on her intro, you actually don't hear her because legendary poet Jay Ivy does the intro to the album. Now, if that name sounds vaguely familiar, you probably remember hearing Jay Ivy on Kanye West's first album, right? That song, down. I forget the words to the joint. I ain't listened to it forever. But anyway, the poem that ends that song is by Jay Ivy, legendary poet, Grammy-winning poet. So that's who you're about to hear. Over Beats by me. Oh man, it's your birthday? Hold up. Happy belated birthday. Welcome to this legal life now. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink, but definitely crack one open for me. Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Happy born day, Tonro. And thank you for supporting today. All right. Checking the poll real quick as we queue up the joint. All right. Poll's moving. Woo. Okay. So let's hear the song. Here we go.
Remember to lead with love. Take a minute to catch your breath. Love thyself. Ain't that what the scriptures say? The picture may not always be picture perfect, but you better pose like you know you photogenic. Ain't nothing worse than being inauthentic. Folk can see through the blinds, they read right through the lines. They know when your heart ain't all up in it. Ain't no better time to get up and go get it. Why wait till you blow up to enjoy life when you been lit? You been it, you been the one. But at times our belief can be finicky. Naturally there's ups and downs. If you ain't flowing right now, remember you're finna be. The weight on our shoulders tend to be more than we can carry. Those crosses are heavy, so is the crown. You are in fact royal, which means you're still up even when you're down. Shit, it happens. Our mood dictates our actions. You could be smashed and making love, instead you making waste, making a good case for seeking therapy. Got a bad case for irregularity, imbalance. Through these poems we see clarity for the challenges. It's cheaper than them hourly sessions, but it ain't cheaper than those life lessons, and that ain't greater than the grace of God's affection. When I need a smile, the gentle joy in your face is my reflection, my reminder to love thyself, the streets, and everyone else. When times get tight, it's a reminder to check myself, grow through the growing pains and stretch. The way ivy grows on brick walls, it's a reminder to always pick up the phone when love calls. Love calls. Love calls. Love calls. Love calls.
Yeah, man. So that right there was the intro to Raquel Rob Brown's new album called Writing While Black. The poet that you heard is the legendary Jay Ivy. The music that you heard in the background was produced by me. So one of the things that I can also do for the Patreon, I'll set that up over the weekend as well, is that instrumental that was produced by me. If you really enjoyed that instrumental and you're like, damn, my man, I want to hear more of that beat, I'll go ahead and upload that so that can be our instrumental of the month. So getting added to the Patreon over the weekend. Today I'll make sure to add the song, the unreleased song Peace. And then by Sunday at the latest, I'll make sure that this instrumental for the track that you just heard is uploaded there for those of you who are on the Patreon. All right. So that's the first of two tracks that were released already. And this next track and these two songs that I'm playing, the one that you just heard and the one I'm about to play, are out right now. Again, you can look up the poet's name, which you see here on the screen, along with the title of the album, Writing While Black. The track that you just heard is the opening song. And this song that I'm about to play is track 6 on the album. It's called Who Am I? All right. And but it's not spelled like Who Am I? It's spelled H-U-A-M-I. All right, as one word. But here it is. When you search it right now, because they're trying to fix it, I actually didn't know the album came out because I wasn't the person who submitted it on behalf of the artist from her team. Forgot to attach my name to it, so I didn't even know it was out until like my man hit me up and told me that right now the album is in early contention to like see if it can be nominated for a Grammy. So we'll see if that happens, because whether it wins or not, your boy will officially produce and featured on a Grammy nominated project if it can make it through this first round. So we'll see. All right. Let's play this next joint. All right. So this is "Who Am I" by Raquel Ra Brown featuring Substantial.
Who means force of creative will, and I'm a creative force of will. They're not mutually exclusive, you know? But here we go.
Yeah. Who am I?
Balance is why I live with a killer. Real shit. Sleeping in the same bed, dwelling in the same home. Up the streets from where restless souls roam. Brothers yelling around the corner from where 12-year-olds be in the gas station for breakfast buying Takis. I still trust the process. I know the difference between the messy and the mess. I respect the prostitute and the princess, the program and the progress. You know. I respect shaking hands, throwing hands, and pulling Glocks. I respect screaming on a nigga as long as you know what you're talking about. Cause I respect talking shit and keeping your mouth shut. And I respect one that knows knowing ain't believing. In this world of opposites, there's a lot to learn just to unlearn. A lot of little things to just being a being. And that it's not happiness that's fleeting. It's running after something that being still can bring. And I respect telling the truth, cause who you really deceiving? If it's a lie to another nigga, it's a lie to you, believe me. But who am I? Exactly. I've seen the wilted, I've seen the dry. I've seen the bright, I've seen colors combine. I've seen the gardens, a single flower landscape to freeform. And I'm still thankful every time that my roses have their thorns.
A son love made at war with self-hate. Wisdom can be found in soul of cellmates. Saw heaven in the eyes outside of hell's gates. Was told to go live by homies that's dead weight. Saw the symmetry in my air like some enemies. Found family and folk that wasn't kidding me. While some of my own blood was an enemy, I spilled it on the page for that rage ended up killing me. Raised by murderers and peacekeepers. Peers that don't listen, but we always need speakers. Booming and you're booming and you're booming and you're central. Some died in the summer while we bloomed in the winter. Saved by offenders who couldn't save themselves. Quiet sinners who whenever they pray we God coming, I need this answer badly. When I asked who am I, he said exactly.
Substantial. Look, I've seen the wilted, I've seen the dry. I've seen the bright, I've seen colors combine. I've seen the gardens, a single flower landscape to freeform. And I'm still thankful every time that my roses have their thorns. There are more yeses in my future than no. I'm clear with what I've asked for has been sent. My pop taught me to change the way I look at things, so the things I look at change. Some things are and other things are just not meant. Cause sometimes the answer to your prayer is no, but it's still heaven sent. Check it. I don't look past what God has in hand. Just cause it don't look like something I dreamed or planned. It really hits different when the same thing you done yields the same exact shit. But learn to untangle the knots though. Like you not a gangster, nigga, please stop, yo. I no choice, I mean you may or you may not though. And there ain't nothing to get over, a shortcut or bypass. Cause trust me, God gonna spin a block on that ass. And the piece in your hands don't mean Glock, no. Okay. And he ain't hard cause his body's on his soul. It's just a harder life to unfold. But who am I? You know? Just a creative force of will, and that's the will of God of my own. Cause sometimes the answer is no. And I know that just means I need more time to grow, for real. I know that killer taught me that not everybody as real as you're real, that ain't the same. Here's a shepherd ready to slaughter, a gangster guard, and a green thumb gorilla with a finger made for stealing, slaying. And I'm not. I'm more shiny rocks, high rises, and pretty Glocks. Look, when he slowed down, he applied all that he learned, and he learned a lot. He had a kill switch, but so do I. I'll dead some shit real quick when it no longer applies. And I told you, who am I? So who am I is never a question. It's the answer. This force of creative will, the creative force of will. Who am I? Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yo. Raquel, man. Listen, Ra is so dope. So dope, man. Like, y'all have heard me say time and time again, my friends are dope. And like, Yeah, yo. Like I was it's crazy how like both this track and the other track came to be. And the track I did on her last album came to be. Is partly because of the fact that when we were working at Words Beats and Life, one of the days that I was over there, we needed some background music while folks were doing whatever. And so, I was just like, hey, I can throw some instrumentals on and stuff. So I threw on, like, I had a playlist of my instrumentals. So I put them on in the background while everybody was chilling. Rob walks by like, yo, what is that? I was like, what you talking about? She was like, those beats. The beats are crazy. She's like, what artist is this? I'm trying to look this up. And I was like, yo, that's me. She was like, what? Because she was like, yo, I knew you could rhyme. I knew you rhyme. Like, I know Substantial the rapper. I didn't know you made beats too. And so, she just reached out and was just like, yo, we gotta we gotta figure something out because I'm working on my next 2 projects and I definitely want you on it. And so she came through. The first beat, the one that you heard in the background of that first poem I played with Jay Ivy, like that's one I made in the studio. Like I had a rough of it in the studio already, just kind of like wasn't done, and then I finished it there, and she was just like, "Yeah, this is crazy. Definitely want that one." And then she bought one that I had already released, which was called "A Serene Destination" from my project, A Soundtrack for Fatherhood. It's the only instrumental on that project. It's basically a tribute to my daughters. And so she had this really dope piece about like her mom and like this really dope piece about her mom that, and like has like this Billie Holiday influence and all of that. And so that was on her last project. But that's how we started working on music outside of like the work we were already doing with young people and with Words Beats and Life. So shout out to her, man. I'm super glad y'all enjoyed it, It all flows smooth like butter on an ice rink. God damn, I appreciate it. The instruments are so smooth. Love it. Yeah. And that second track, I think somebody on her team produced that one. I ain't produced the second track. I love that beat too. Have fun writing that. It was dope working on it too because a lot of y'all may not know this, but most of the stuff that I record happens in home studios. So it was nice to actually go to a professional studio and work on that track with her and stuff like that. That was dope because I don't get to do that as much anymore. When you're making beats, are you taking into account the fact that it'll probably be played through a phone speaker and not a studio setup? Yeah, for sure. Like, so anytime I make anything, I test out the audio at bare minimum 3 different ways. One, I play it out of a phone speaker to see how it sounds. That's usually the last thing I do, but I test the mix in my home studio first. And then after that, the next place I test it out is the car, right? And then from there, I listen in the phone. Because the truth of the matter is, I'm not a person who listens to a ton of music through phone speakers. I know a lot of other people do that, but I'm a bit of a music snob. It's just like when I watch movies. Like, sure, I've watched movies on my phone before, but I prefer a big screen. I'm actually a person who still goes to the movie theater a lot. So if it's a movie I really want to see, I'm gonna see it on the biggest screen possible first with the best speakers possible. That's how I prefer to experience my stuff. So when I'm crafting an album, I'm thinking of how it's going to sound on the best systems, right? Because those systems oftentimes allow you to hear all of the details, not just a few. Where some of our phones aren't really equipped with the best. I mean, most of our phones aren't equipped with the best audio that can go in something that small to play it play it in a way that's the most authentic to how it was designed sonically to sound, right? So yeah, and so I recognize that's not most people's case, but that's how I prefer it. So I'm mostly thinking about the people who listen to it the way I do. But because I know exactly what you're talking about, I test in all 3. Because a lot of people listen to music on the go too. I also check it in headphones. I got like 2 different pairs of headphones. I check it in these. I check it in like the little small buds. I do all the things. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a great question. theater certainly immerse you more. Yeah, indeed. That's what I find about your music. It immerses. Man, thank you. I appreciate that. I try. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go over here to this poll. I think we have a winner. So I'm gonna end it now. Yes. So the winner is the new AJ joint, new AJ Rios, Joe D, and YU collab. So I'm gonna give y'all a peek of that. Let y'all hear that. Second place was the Kenichiro collab. Third place was the Bop Alloy collab. But yeah, man, it's all good. It's only right. Man, we were talking a lot about the homie YU in the beginning, honoring him and showing love to him. So, it's only right we played a joint with him. And besides, he comes through and embodies everything. So he's actually the last verse on the track. So giving y'all a sneak peek of that, see what you think. It's coming out later this year. I think it's going to be this year, not next year, But yeah, man, hey, I'm literally on a track with two of my favorite rappers, period. Not just like, yes, my favorite rappers from here, but they're two of my favorite rappers, period, man. I listen to both of their music a lot. Let me see. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm just making sure I'm playing the right version because I got so many mixes of it. All right. So this song is called Craftsman. That's what it's called. All right. No, that's the working title. It's produced by AJ Rios. It's going to be on his album. Features Joe D first verse and chorus, then me, followed by YU. All right. Here we go. Not the final version. This is a rough draft. Love that beat, man. Yeah.
Yo, in this space so fortunate. Took a while to pinpoint the coordinates. Was in the wilderness foraging. I took a pilgrimage from the offices. The PTO disproportionate. At least we know we can afford the shit. Bellissimo, the water is gorgeous. Out of town, but on my Prince George's shit. They out of bounds, habitual line steppers. Thinking you MJ, appendages Kincaid. I'll put it this way, I don't force the shit. But watch the words that come out your orifice. In the space so fortunate. Took a while to pinpoint the coordinates. Was in the wilderness foraging. I took a pilgrimage from the offices. When I'm in the space so fortunate. Took a while to pinpoint the coordinates. Was in the wilderness foraging. I took a pilgrimage from the offices. The PCO disproportionate. At least we know we can afford the shit. Bellissimo, the border is gorgeous. Out of town and on my Prince George's shit.
Yo, I love Joe D, man. I need to check out his album Chronos, out now. Of course, talked to her yesterday.
Made something out of nothing but a dream. Craftsman, mush him off the stage to get the cream. Sandman, tapping deep into my inner cheek. Passion flowing from me long before the streams. Back when I was making demos off of Brooks Drive. Flipping through more pages than a book drive. Infatuated since I was a foot high. Good guy, gave it all I had, still it took time. Now I'm off to see the world while the paper stacks. Rolling up on local folks like how you treat the blacks. Vetting where to settle home is where you make it at. And PG's everywhere I go and they can't take it back. Our blood thicker than Mambo, heartbeat like a Congo. Land over the Suitland, Forestville, the Largo. Doper than the cargo with 90-something Broncos. Underrated and overqualified, man, y'all know.
Man, this space so fortunate. Took a while to pinpoint the coordinates. Was in the wilderness foraging. I took a pilgrimage from the offices. The PCO disproportionate. At least we know we can afford the shit. Bellissimo, the border is gorgeous. Out of town, but on my Prince George's shit.
Everybody sing along. Joe, man. This isn't out yet. This is the benefit of watching the lives and contributing to the lives. Y'all get to hear unreleased stuff before it drops. So that's what this is. Yo, my man YU, send a prayer up. Oh, hold up. Oh, no. Oh, man. All right, so we got to pause it for a second. Because I thought that was the version that already had his verse. So I'm going to find it right now. We clap it up while I search. Because, y'all gonna get these bars, bro. My guy Mike is a beast. Hold on, y'all. Damn, I thought that was the right verse. Like I said, I got like 3 or 4 versions of that track on my phone. So I thought that was the right one, but I'm going to find it right now. Hold on. Boom. Got it. Okay. All right, got it. So we're going to fast forward to get back the way we were. I'm sorry I killed the vibe for a second, but nah, man. Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to drop. This is coming out. Yeah, shout out to AJ Rios, man. He produced it.
Rated and overqualified.
All right, here we go.
Y'all know.
I don't think it's going to be a vinyl release. I think it's just going to be on streaming. But yeah, I'll talk to him about it, you know? Yeah, man, sending prayers up to the homie YU. His verse about to come in now. But first, we got to sing these ooh-oohs. I need all the oohs in the chat. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes. Fun fact, me and Ad2 have already done a track together. If you didn't know, now you do. Maybe I'll play that before I go today. They go YU.
And I go off the vibes. The rhymes are metamorphosized and flow tailored in times. The winners don't whine, we improvise. A lot of these symposiums are being taught by Sims. Imagine me taking tips from you when you still on my tip. We tapping pockets in the grab of rhyming. Later laugh about it. Hammer stances less than half about it. Gather round the style and see the minus 90 million miles of infinite space. I tend to blend bitch genuine, just trying to mend my mistakes. And getting better, ain't gonna live forever. Quitting, nigga, never. Every level has a different devil, which should get you clever after a while. Why would I choose now to be backing down? You know the stats around those black and brown. So y'all be crowning suckers daily. I've been upscaling to none compare me. Rarely I come up for air when necessary. That cheering might appear to be a flex, but that comes down to your idea of success. Sunlight the one you cannot stare direct. Shine.
Yo, YU, man. Yo, it's not every day you get to hop on a song with 2 of your favorite rappers ever, man. You know? Shout out to both these dudes. Woo. Lord have mercy. Hey, look, I would have been happy to play. Yeah, shout out to my wife, Rochelle. She said, got that brown liquor voice. Yeah, man, YU has one of the best voices ever. Like, one of the best voices in rap music, man. And like similar to Joe D got a great voice too, man. Both of those brothers know how to use their singing voice. So listen, I'm gonna give y'all required homework for the weekend, and what I'll do too, and I'm sure Happy Mochi Aria will remind me, is to drop links to their albums. I'm gonna drop some links to their albums in the Discord. So those of you who have not joined the Discord community, be sure to go to the link in the description of the video. There's an invite link in there. Click that, join it if you haven't already. This weekend, today, I'll start today, but I'll start putting some links to both of their projects. Same thing with AJ. For those of you who prefer instrumental music, AJ Rios has a ton of instrumental music available, most of which is on Bandcamp, but some of which is on streaming platforms, including a track that we did a while ago called The Waymaker, which is really dope. But yeah, man, I will add that to my list, my super long list of things to do today, but to make sure that y'all check out some of their music, because both of those brothers have dropped some of my favorite albums. Like, and my wife knows, like, we play their music a lot. And so, yeah, man, regardless to how popular they are, you know, it's one of them things like when something's dope, I don't really care if everybody loves it or whatever. Like that shit ain't for everybody, but it's for me and I'm good with it. You know what I mean? Hey man, listen, you already know when we do these unreleased little preview joints, we don't always have a date for them. It's just like, hey, look, y'all chose what you chose. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't my fault. It's your fault. But please believe the moment I know when that's coming out, I will let y'all know. But most important thing, before we get into what I got shared next, make sure, man, please, for those of you who pray, for those of you who don't pray, but like you believe in sending good energy, good vibes, please send a prayer up for my brother YU. Please send good vibes out for my brother YU, man. You know, I just got a text from my homie DJ Hive because he just saw the news too, what's going on with YU. But send a prayer up, man. Send healing energy his way. He's been through multiple surgeries already and got more to go. And, you know, it's a long recovery for him, but you know, we're prayerful, we're hopeful that he'll get better soon, man. It's unfortunate what happened to him, but, you know, hopefully, man, everything works out for the best. You know, his kids need him, his family needs him, this community needs him. So, yeah. First one is free. He gonna have us fiending for the next one. Hey, so look, I'm gonna do a solid because someone asked, let me go back to the comment because I don't think everybody knew this came out because this was maybe before I did the lives. So Vincent said, and I hope you're still here, Vincent, because I'm only about to play this because you brought this up. So he was like, yo, I need you and Add2 on a track. Fun fact, me and Add2 have done a track together. We did it a while ago. The title of it is crazy though, because the sample sounds like Mommy Drinks Prosecco or something like that, right? That's what the sample sounds like it's singing. And I feel like the dudes actually named it something similar. So I'm going to look it up real quick, but that probably didn't help the spread of that song. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I hope it's still up on streaming, yo. Hold up. Let me make sure I did his name right too. Let me put, yo, that would suck if they took that song down, bro. Because this was up on streaming a minute ago. Okay, I found Add2. Now let's see. And I might be able to look it up somewhere else, but. Yeah, the joint was crazy too, man. Yo, did they take it down? Yo, listen, that is another frustrating thing when you release something dope and then like it can't be found online anymore. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can look it up. Let's do Add2 Substantial. I might have to play it from a different place. Mommy. Title so crazy. Oh my God, yo. This really sucks. I can't find it. Hey, yo, I'm very determined right now to find this before I go because it got me out here sounding crazy. Like I'm just telling y'all something exists and then there's no evidence of it. Hold up. And it might be yeah, it ain't. Oh man, this is this joint. Let me think. Bro, that collab is serious. Banger alert. Yo, thank you, fam. Man, I'm glad you liked it, fam. Yo, shout out to Q15 Music. Shout out to my brother Tone up in here. Yo, let me also because of how my studio is set up, I know what hard drive it's on, but I can't like oh my God, this is making me mad, yo. I really feel like they got rid of the what's that company called? It's something home. Damn, yo. Yeah, man. I'm gonna find this collab because we did it a while ago. This was back like sometime between 2012, 2015 is when I recorded that. And I feel like it came out somewhere around that time too. But yeah, we definitely, I definitely already have done a song with Ad too. I just got to see if they changed the name. Yo, I want to, hold on, y'all. Hey, so look, this is what we going to do. We going to take a quick break. I'm going to play a music video to kind of bide the time while I look up the joint. So y'all don't go nowhere. I'm going to figure this out. But again, man, shout out and sending prayers up to the homie YU. So what I'm going to do, to kill the time right now, I'm gonna actually play one of my music videos that YU popped up. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna stick with the original plan because the second option I had would be a little difficult to make happen. We need LimeWire. Man, listen. All right, so look, I'm gonna play this music video and then I'm gonna see if I can find this track real quick. All right, here we go.
Yeah. Substantial. Okay, what we gonna do with this one, man?
When I'm near this mic here, recite fair time to depart the moment I arrive here. Some took a stab at their slabs on my spear, unworthy of the throne, they couldn't handle my high chair. Spit the dart that zips past the right ear, that's fair warning, I never fight fair for my share. I'm ever clear, competitors, night bear. I'm everywhere, God said let it be light there. Follow orders, I'm hopping border across the water. I'm the sort of performer that kill it out on the corner or the festival stage. Don't engage, it's slaughter. Cypher's my arcade, I lead the game out of order on my daughters. DDTing before I tag you in. Not a rap god, a devil problem, just a rap mutant. Your rap's mutant, I'm Rasputin. Sir Isaac on the shoulder of giants looking past the horizon. Back off this black author, smacks hawker. This dope faded more people than a black barber. All you know is to be professional jack offers. I'm never known for entertaining the whack offer. I died a T-crosser, eat saucer. Searching for a bigger fish to fry, I eat orca. New classic in the work, get your pre-orders. Cause the change gon' come like a ski quarters. How's that for a money shot? Get a napkin. I'll quit when the money stops, still rapping. Arctic when the block is hot, I'll cool as Aspen. Hot spit if the music knock, boom, papping. Back when the shit wasn't cool to do. Lunchroom spazzing, we look like some fools to you. Happened to slew a crew or two. Now a couple passport stamps later, dummy, they fool us.
Coming to you live. I'm from the DMV. From the DMV. Don't forget that I'm that nigga. Coming to you live. Okay, live from the League of V. The way I'm flipping these words is so perpendicular. First I just rip them, you could just tell I'm a verbal Hitler. Every single shot I'm bursting, I'm killing the listener. Reverse a simple churchgoer, turn them to Harry Krishnas. When I pause, it ain't no intermission, no flaws in this vintage spitting, no condom go wrong. The Simmons sisters, I'm missing a few screws loose. I'm about to twist them, go in the lab, hang up a sign that says no visitors. I'm on another plane of existence where you wish you was. On a different dimension, I'm holding lyrical prisoners. Tied with extension cords, when I plug it, it'll sizzle ya. Unoriginal manuscriptures, I rip and get rid of ya. Use the same flame that's in Hades to light my swishes up. Same flame I used to torch you and light the Olympics up. None of my predecessors even interest us. We inches from burning up all the bridges, missiling your militia. This is an intervention of slitting they wrists with suicidal intentions and too much volume prescriptions. I'm on a mission. Computer virus to all you witches, seancing with witches and rooms painted with hieroglyphics. Let me just switch it. 3-point shots without the assistance. I'm gifted. The same reason the Grinch is pissed at Christmas. Had a baby with Crystal. Shit didn't go the distance. Risking it all, hoping this shit just falls in position like a meteor from space. When hitting the wrong place, it displaces water in places that basically raise the rivers up. Give it up. I'm cutting they faces like Edward Scissors and turn them around to look at disgracefulness in the mirror like 10 Dr. Kevorkians mixed with some Jack the Rippers. 7 serial killers eating Hannibal dinners. Understand there was a storm? Now I'm planning a blizzard with a smidge of the Jay-Z mixed with Wu-Tang and RZA. This exquisite, I'm carving out my name and inscripting it in a mic to leave the game as the best that it ever did it. Say what? Black Maverick.
couldn't walk a mile in these phone bars. Real. The live is niggas for the nigga beat. Coming to you live. Stay on my grind all the time. Represent by the album when I drop it.
One, two, check. Check one. There we go. All right, cool. Had to, yo, you don't understand the amount of rearranging that was happening over here. Yo, hope y'all enjoyed that, man. Shout out to those of you who were already familiar with that track called The New Balance, live from the DMV. That was me and the homie T. Lucas from his project called Dirty Sneakers. Well, it's a collab project between us both where I did, that's the only track I rap on. Most of the other tracks I just produced, or all of the other tracks I produced. But if you haven't heard it, definitely should check it out. It's on all streaming services. T. Lucas is a really dope rapper. He has a catalog of stuff that you can check out and stuff. And I've produced a few tracks for him in the past, but mainly that particular joint. All right. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's really, really dope. Let's find this song. So I found the track. I don't have the master of it, so I was only able to find the rough draft. So I'm hoping that this is the draft that has both of our verses. I didn't even have time to listen to check the file. So and it's wild because I called it What You Waiting On. But then when they dropped it, they just called it Mommy Drinks Prosecco. I was like, okay, gonna go with whatever the sample's saying. But yeah, man, hold on. Settle a debate for me. How High is a good classic, right? Are you talking about the movie or are you talking about the song? You know, so clarify for me and then I'll let you know. I feel like, well, I can say this. The song to me is definitely a classic. The movie is like a cult classic. Like, it's not the best movie in the world, but it is entertaining. Hold on. That title flip is unexpected. Yeah, fam. It's partly because the sample, when you listen to the sample in the music, it sounds like Mommy drinks Prosecco, right? That's what it sounds like they're saying. But I had no idea they were going to name it that. Like, why would you do that? You know, it's like, it's a good inside joke. But yeah, from the marketing, I think from the marketing side, it definitely did the song no favors. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would say How High is definitely a hood movie / hood classic. You know what I mean? It definitely has its cult following for sure. Last King Saints, what up, fam? All right, let's play this joint. Let me make sure it loaded over here in Dropbox. Go Gadget. Don't you do that. You bet. Oh, don't you be that person. Because I know I did the thing. Hold up. I might need we might need one more little break because I definitely went to move the file. Hold on. What you waiting on? Damn, it's gonna make me do it again. Super lame. I should have just dropped it onto the computer and then moved it. All right, hold on. Nah, because it had to have worked because of the fact that if it didn't work, it wouldn't have let me disconnect the hard drive without a warning. So hold on. Let me just search because it is an older file. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Appreciate y'all patience while I figure this out. What you waiting on? Damn it. It didn't do the thing. Thanks, Dan. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Oh, that's what I can do. Ha ha ha. You was smart, boy. Oh, might not reach. Hold on. We're gonna rig some stuff over here. Pray for me, y'all. This is gonna be interesting, man. I want y'all to hear this so bad. It's so close. Oh man, I don't think it's gonna reach. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Do it. Need a little slack. Yes. Okay. Oh man, we are there. Yes. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Hold on. Come on, light up. Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Now let's. Yep. There's the track. Let's do this again. See if it works. Why are you saying it's there already, but then not showing up over here, fam? So now it's telling me that it's already here in Dropbox. What you waiting on? Yeah, that's strange. Hold up. Let's do this one more time. What you waiting on? Search. Yeah, it says it's not there. So let's say replace. Then go to Dropbox. See if we see it. Okay, I see it there. Now let's go over here one more time. Refresh. Hey, Young, this is crazy. Hold up. Let's search. Yo, I'm sorry, y'all. If you hadn't noticed, your boy is very determined to make this happen. Because there's a way I can play it on the screen, but from the screen, but I'm trying to control it from the board just so I got a little more freedom. I appreciate y'all patience and those of you hanging in. Hey man, look, we deeper than we were earlier. Let's go to these comments. Not go catch it. Experience it tech. We gotta start a list of stand-isms. Yes, I have. Hey, hold on. Are you channeling? Hey man, I appreciate y'all cooking me in the comments real quick. Hey, what up, sis? Everybody clap it up for my sister. You know? That's a throwback recession pop. All right. So I think what I have to do, because I don't know why I can see it here. Let me see something. I think I know what happened. All right. Because I definitely want to play it in a way where I got more control over it, especially because this is not the mastered version. So because it's not the mastered version, hold on. Okay. Okay, I think I figured out what happened. Hey, so do me a favor in the chat. Everybody in the chat, someone let me know if everything's still coming through. Let me know if you still got audio and all that good stuff. Because I'm getting bars over here. I just want to make sure y'all are still with me. So someone confirm in the chat, and then once you confirm in the chat, I'm gonna play it from over here. Yes, because I got the song queued up. All right. Audio. So coming through. All right. Let's see. Okay, cool. Just making sure. All right, bet. Thank you. All right, so now let's try it. Listen, I did a lot for y'all today. You don't understand. Your boy got this hot ass hoodie on too. I'm over here working. I'm working. You know what I mean? All right, so let's see. Y'all getting a little bonus action today. And then I'm out of here for real. All right. Okay. Hey man, when I tell you this is one of those moments of a track that like I am real mad right now that this track isn't still on streaming platforms, but I don't know if it got flagged for the sample or whatever, but here is the track. Originally, I called it What You Waiting On. When they dropped it, they call it Mommy Drinks Prosecco because of the sample. So here we go. Featuring Add 2, Chicago legend. This is the version.
The sign says buffet, what you waiting on? Plenty room on your plate, what you waiting on? Ain't about greed, that's about feeling the need. Got a family to feed, and they all gotta eat, so what are you waiting for? It's time to take what's yours. The feeling you can't ignore. Get up, get out, go hard. What you waiting on?
I'm so tired of the calls from collections, the box full of bills,
Add
the
two.
phone disconnections. I guess that's the price on poetry, so professional. You try to make a buck from bringing a love lesson to the streets where the kids ain't sweet and it's gram getting bleak for the ends toe heat just to live with no time to smile and no heart to feel, just hard knocks for blocks and gunshots to give. Ain't a damn thing funny when you work so hard and it's hard to get by. You watch the love leave for these goddamn dummies and brimming with broke dreams and your flow won't fly, but what are you waiting for? Get your ass out the underground and look for the sky.
I love
Put the
my vocals
poetry
on
in
this
motion
thing.
and double up your devotion. Treat the dream like you need it just to keep you alive, because
The sign says buffet, what you waiting on? Plenty room on your plate, what you waiting on? Ain't about greed, that's about feeling the need. Got a family to feed, and they all gotta
These vocals,
eat,
though?
so what are you waiting for? It's time to take what's yours. The feeling you can't ignore. Get up, get out, go hard. What you waiting on? Nada, nobody working hard. I sweat soaking your blue collar, dirtying up them dockers in pursuit of that quacker. Molly making only enough for payments for the casa. Doing better than most homies, but still ain't making caca. Make you wanna grab a chopper. You're a rapper, not a mouse. Instead of being chased by coppers, you out here chasing these opportunities, and soon to see that they man be spitting proper. Flicking from here to Haiti, they say he hotter than Accra. Blacker, lick a shot for the underdog. Put it up like he drawing arms out the London fog. No tricks up the sleeve, push him up, get the job done. Grind until a higher income, be the outcome. Outcomes, methods most mamas wouldn't approve of. Ain't an IT, but make money off these computers. Digital hustler, files to files, be the new drug. Do what you have to get your baby this food, cuz the sign says buffet, what you waiting on? Plenty room on your plate, what you waiting on? Ain't about greed, that's about feeling the need. Got a family to feed, and they all gotta eat, so what are you waiting for? It's time to take what's yours. The feeling you can't ignore.
Thank you.
Get up, get out, go hard. What you waiting on? The sign says buffet, what you waiting on? Plenty room on your plate, what you waiting on? Ain't about greed, that's about feeling the
Yo,
need.
thank you, fam.
Got a family to feed, and they all gotta eat, so what are you waiting for? It's time to take what's yours. The feeling you can't ignore. Get up, get out, go hard.
What you waiting on? Man. Hey, bruh. Hey, listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Hey, bro. Yo, this joint, and look, Tone, any other artists in here right now, man. Okay, that was a positive. I was like, thank you. Yeah, man. Listen, hey, bro. When I heard that beat, all right, a couple things. Number one, when I heard the beat, when they sent me the joint to do the collab and stuff, I already knew. I was like, yo, this shit about to be crazy. You know, and so and y'all know this, man, for those of you who listen to me a lot, the reason, like, people, they love me over the chill tracks, they love me over that type of stuff, but yo, you give me a beat like this, you know, that it's a bit on the harder side, it's a bit more epic, it feels big, right? Like, yo, I can do it. I can do all the things. You know what I mean? And so, and I love it. Like, it's wild, man. Like, I didn't necessarily know that the path I'd go down for my career would be more on the chill side, like, considering how I started. but I've always been a kind of chill dude in my personal life, right? So, and like when I'm listening to music, I got, you know, you got different music for different situations. So like my day-to-day life's pretty chill, but I love my hard shit too, but that is not what I'm listening to, you know, most of the day. So, yeah, but man, you know, there's a part of me that still wants to do just a record of bangers, just like, and I feel like I've done more than a few albums where it's like it's mostly or a decent amount of hard hitting joints. But yeah, it's just something about this stuff, man. Like the spitting's different, like, you know, the wordplay, all of the different things. Like, man, look, hold up, that verse.
See that they man be spitting proper, talking your blue collar, dirtying up them dockers in pursuit of that quacker. Molly making only enough for payments for the casa, doing better than most homies, but still ain't making caca. Make you wanna grab a chopper, you're a rapper, not a mouse. Instead of being chased by coppers, you out here chasing these opportunities, and soon to see that they man be spitting proper. Flicking from here to Haiti, they say he hotter than Accra. Look a shot for the underdog, put it up like he drawing arms out the London fog. No tricks up the sleeve, push him up, get the job done. Grind until a higher income be the outcome. Outcomes, methods most mamas wouldn't approve of. Ain't an IT, but make money off these computers. Digital hustler, browse the files, be the new drug. Do what you have to get your baby this food, cuz.
Y'all, listen. I like that Stan a lot. I like that guy a lot. And it's just like, it's not as chill, but the substance is still there, right? Shout out to my boy Micah Blacklight, man. If you really love how my pen has grown over the years and how no matter the subject matter, like I feel like I've gotten to a point now where I don't sacrifice substance, even when I'm doing like intricate flow or like harder joints. Like that's not something I'm willing to sacrifice. And I feel like I've found ways to still be clever, witty, give you substance, be deeply personal without sacrificing, like, you know, without taking bars off. And so, so like when we did that joint, the beat required a more aggressive flow, but I was just like, man, like talking about what we were talking about and, you know, like from here to Haiti, they say he hotter than Accra. You know what I mean? Like, listen. And of course, there's people who will hear it and be like, "Oh, it's pronounced Accra, right?" Like they thinking I'm talking about Ghana, which is a hot area. But I'm talking about like the reason why I say Haiti before is I'm talking about a Haitian dish called Accra, which is like really spicy. You know what I mean? Like but it's wild how it works either way because the spelling's similar, right? So like, son. Yeah, no, it's a tough path sometimes as a creative because like, you know, man, I'm gonna say something to y'all that I don't say a lot, which is, you know, when we think of what a sellout is, we think of sellouts oftentimes like associated with, you know, making like more commercial type of things to appeal to more people, right? And all of that, and because of my success and the type of stuff I've chosen to talk about, people don't necessarily look at the path I've gone in terms of the type of music I make as a money move. But the reality of it is the reason why I've made so much chill stuff is not just because I do love jazz and I do love that influence in hip hop. And that is like that's like my favorite combination, right? Like in terms of like sampling, I love it. I do, but big but. Please believe because of my background and because I love rapping over that type of shit. Like part of why I made the shift to making more reflective music is partly because it was more successful than I expected it to be. And those songs became bigger. Those songs from my catalog connected with more people, created more opportunities, got me booked for more features, helped me do bigger tours. The tour I just did in China, those shows have paid better than any of the tours I've ever done in my life. Or like most, I would say, not all, but like a lot of them, right? And they wanted me to do, like some of the songs they asked me to do live, these are not songs I do live because they are not live songs, right? But But that's what really took off for me. And so, but please believe, if the songs I did that like are harder, where I'm really going in and really barring people to fuck up and the beat like knocks, if that shit did better, you would be getting more of that. But the reason why I don't make as much of it is because I put it out. And it's wild when I hear people talk about how like I'm slept on compared to other artists. And I'm like, well, part of it is because when I make those songs that kind of you could put up against some of those artists you mentioned, those songs from my core audience don't really take off, right? Because that ain't what my core audience comes to me for. They go to certain people for a particular thing. And I'm talking like y'all aren't my core audience. This isn't what a lot of you, not all, come to me for. So the more chill stuff is oftentimes when you introduce my music to someone else, I think, man, here's a trick for y'all. And I don't know what y'all do, but this is what a lot of people do when they play music for someone or artists for someone they've never played before, right? So like someone will come up to you, you'll be like, yo, have you heard this artist before? They'll say no, right? And then what you do is you play your favorite song for them, right? This is what most people do. Like your favorite song from this artist you're introducing to them is what you play for them. So now I want you to keep that in mind. And I want you to think about how many people where like they love what I do, but a lot of them love what I do with Nujabes. So when they meet somebody who's never heard of me, they are likely playing a song that is either was recorded 2007 to 2000. They are introducing them to something that's 20 plus years old. And this is only for those fans, not all of my fan base. Not all of you are like this, but I've talked to a lot of fans over the years, and because Blessing It is their favorite song or Think Different's their favorite song, that's the song that they play first for someone. I've literally, and I know this because I've literally not gotten big opportunities sometimes, because when people looked up my stuff, the most popular songs I've done is what came up. So they didn't even think I was capable of doing the other things. So they passed they passed on giving me the opportunity. So it's like I'm not a person who believes in blocking your blessing. Like I am grateful, but it's also sometimes it can be frustrating when you come across folks who don't understand that, like, yo, ain't shit in this lane. Ain't shit in this genre of music that I've heard that I can't do. I can do it. I just need space to do it. I need opportunity to do it. And sometimes I just do it and it don't always connect. I remember one time, shout out to the missus, she may be still watching, but like I remember one time playing like a newer like more battle rap joint, more recent like battle rap joint I did. This was a couple years back, so it's not take recent with a grain of salt. But it was at a time where I wasn't doing as much like battle rap stuff. And I remember the missus hearing it and be like, I don't know. Feels like you're trying at this point. That should crush me. I was like, oh. I was like, no, am I losing my touch? But then when I played it for people who like listen to that, and this is a song that's never been released. When I played it for people who listen to that type of rap like all the time, and don't necessarily know everything I do, like I play it for them or I spit those bars for them, and they're looking at me like, yo, you crazy. Like, why ain't you bigger? Why ain't this happening? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's just interesting, man. It's interesting, like kind of navigating your professional career opportunities and all of this, where you know what you can do, but oftentimes you don't get the space to do all of what you can do because people kind of only see you a particular way. And so trying to navigate that and still be, you know, your best self, your full self, right, is challenging oftentimes. Because then when I go to do more of the thing that I really do well or am known for doing that amongst people who knew me before the other stuff blew up, before the Nujabes stuff blew up and all of the other things, like shout out to, you know, Tone and my EFAM crew, right, and what we do. Like, you know, it's wild to see people who only know me for one thing sometimes hear that stuff and feel like I'm changing and I'm not being my authentic self. I'm like, no, this is like, yo, you clearly don't listen to enough of my music, you know? So yeah, man. But yo, let's go to these comments. I know I was having a whole moment there, but that's why I was so anxious to let y'all hear that joint. Said that beat. Yeah, that beat's crazy. I think the producer's name or the person's name was Estrada or something like that. Head nodding. I need that stink face meme. This is fire. Thank you, sis. All right. Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Tone. Let's see. That was a dope track, though. Thank you so much. You and Step Into the Cypher had a good flow. Thank you, man. Like that was a fun track to do. You know, I don't know if y'all noticed this too, man. With that second Bop Alloy album, one of the things that like I didn't really get a chance to, like when we were promoting the record, I definitely didn't say this enough. But one of the things I was really challenging when we made that album, when you go back and listen to that album, there's even though it's a chill record, there's some harder like Bop Alloy songs on there, but there's a lot of tracks that are like fast, like upbeat. Like Step Into the Cypher is one of them. There's one track that gets skipped over kind of a lot or whatever. Most people don't really mention it, but it's later in the album. The track, damn, even I'm forgetting the title. That says, I'm not doing that song no favors right now. But hold up, it's I'll tell you the name. Yes, it's New Dawn, right? Like so tracks like New Dawn, like the latter half of Righting My Wrongs, Step Into the Cypher, what was it? Saxophone Jones, Not For Show. Like I really was thinking about, I was like, yo, everybody's doing like this kind of slow stuff in this lane. I was like, yo, we need more upbeat joints, right? Like on some real hip hop shit, like, you know, I'm trying to make some joints that the B-boys could rock with. You know what I mean? And yeah, so that's what it was. It's just like, it was like, the thing is, it's like chill, upbeat stuff. So it was like upbeat and you know, it's like, you know, you get going to it, but it still has some of those chill elements to it. So it's still our sound, but that was what I was going for with that record. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the love for that joint. I like when Stan crushes skulls on beats. I appreciate you, Tone. Thank you. He's like, I need angry, like violent, more aggressive Stan. This was worth the wait, man. Thank you, fam. I'm glad I did not disappoint. Go ahead and break that verse down. We here anyway. Hey, man, look, you know, what is it, 2:15? We're going to be here till 3. I mean, look, you want to break down to that verse, I'll do it. Y'all let me know in the chat. But I know I got to go soon because I have not eaten. When I met Substantial, he was killing rappers and ciphers. I love Jazz Stan too, but my first impression of him was as a battle MC. Extended fam, John Wick, Stan is raw. Yo, thank you, bro. Hey, listen, man, for those of you, if you know Tone Deaf from Q&5, or if you know Q&5 music in general, like, you know the caliber of MCs that were all a part of that crew and collective and label. And yo, so Tone saying that I do not take lightly because I am the MC that I am because I spent a lot of time with Tone, learning like to be a better technical artist, right? And then watching, like, you know, being in a duo, like doing duet joints with Pac FM, who's like probably one of the wittiest all time, you know what I mean? And so, you know, and then Session, who's like just crazy with the like, you know, with the multisyllabic or polysyllabic flows and stuff like that, crazy punchlines, aggressive delivery. Like, these are the people I was spending a ton of time with, like doing some traveling around the country, hitting spots in New York all the time. And so, like, to get, man, I appreciate it. Thank you, like, you know, for the acknowledgement, of course, bro. But, like, you know, man, I'm a reflection of the company I keep, you know. People sleep on the WMD. Word. Let them know, baby. I appreciate you, Mrs. Robinson. You better stop playing with me. But Stan is incredibly versatile, so he can do it all. Thank you, brother. All right. This version was Stan Capone. So my point is, we need to do another EFAM record and crack some. Hey, Hey, you know I'm here for it, man. You know I'm here for it, bro. That's why I like to keep my mind open. I'm one of the people that says they'll listen to whatever. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. True. With my own bias, I was always introduced to your music with Starving Artist, and my favorite thing, yo, Starving Artist is a slept-on joint, man. Shout out to was it Suede? I forget what the last part of his producer name was, but it was Suede something. I think I say it on the beginning of that track, but that I love that song too, man. Starving Artist was a dope joint. That's on the Sacrificial Lambs joint. You know, shout out to the homie Sway Jury, I think it was. You gotta love our little community we got here. Good people and good vibes all around. 1000%, man. Y'all are the best, for real. I think we need to make some recommended playlists for folks to share. Stan Slow Jams and Stan Bars Got Hands. Hey, yo. Hey, I'm for it. I'm for it, you know? Yes, Kevin. Yep, Sway Jury. Yep, that was his name. That is his name. Agreed. This is one of my favorite communities. So many good people and vibes here. Man, 1000%. 1000%. Y'all are the best. Hey, so look. And I'm just checking my list of things. Yeah, I covered all the things. All right. Hey, man, I'ma go because I love hanging with y'all. But I already know, look, my oldest daughter going to be here in an hour. My youngest daughter going to be in here an hour after that. I'll mess around, still be talking to y'all for the rest of the day. But I do want to make sure I post those other tracks. I'm glad y'all enjoyed this joint, you know, and I'm glad it was worth the wait. I'll definitely add that to Patreon as well as an unreleased joint. I'm trying to get back to doing the once a month thing. So maybe, yeah, it's funny. I know Joshua asked about the peace joint. So I'm gonna keep my word and put that up first. And then I'm gonna put the instrumental for that poetry joint, that I produced. I'm gonna put the instrumental for that up this weekend. And then, man, I'll try to see what acapellas I got so we can get back into the routine of once a month. You get all of those three things. And then the other thing I got to do for y'all this weekend is to make sure those of you who are not Patreon subscribers or are not, what's it called? You are not, you're not, so for those of you who are Patreon subscribers and those of you who are Bandcamp subscribers, I'll make sure you get your invites, like for the Bandcamp live show. That's the replay show, I should say. That's going to be November 6th. I'll take care of y'all. I'll make sure that other stuff is up on Patreon, et cetera, et cetera. Once again, prayers up for my brother YU. Please send your prayers. All the good energy in the world, man, for that good brother, that amazing artist, and his great family, you know. So I appreciate all the love that y'all showed today, man, to him and the homies. From Warpath, he says, the mentioning of my favorite things reminded me of some questions I have for you. In that track, you mentioned you have reached you mentioned not having reached your prime. Do you feel you've reached it now? Nah. Like, I do feel like I'm in a great space where I understand how to do what I do better. But I think part of the reason why I don't feel like I'm in my prime is mainly because I'm aware of my potential growth areas, right? Like, I know where I can be better and I'm actively working on that. So, you know, it might sound cliche, but I really feel like the best is yet to come. You know, I got plans for another album. You know, I got plans for more stuff. I do have, you know, I've been thinking a bit. I haven't been talking about it a lot because I'm trying to get better at that. You know, I'm trying to get better at not spending a lot of time talking about something that's coming until like I'm ready for it to come out. So I am working on, there's other things I'm working on, and I feel like, like there's always room to grow. And especially it's easier to attain that growth and continue to grow when you are actually conscious of what your growth areas are, or where there are areas in your craft and in your life for growth. So yeah, man, you know, thank you for that question, fam. Peace. What up, Tommy? Good to see you up in here, man. keep us updated on YU too. And if the family puts a GoFundMe or puts out a GoFundMe or anything, 1000%, I absolutely will. Thank you for that. Yeah, man. Yo, so on that note, let me get out of here. Today has been a lot of fun, man. I hope y'all had a good time. It's always fun with y'all, but the whole adventure of trying to find that track and then finally sharing it and y'all loving it, yeah, that was pretty special. So I'm glad that worked out. I'm sad it's not on streaming no more because it was on streaming, but I'll take care of y'all and make sure it's at least on Patreon and maybe upload it to my Bandcamp, like and make it like a subscriber only type of thing. Yeah, it had cover art and all of that. I think it was like there was something called like Home Something. There was like a clothing line that I was working with that I did that song for, and they hooked me up with shirts and all of that. You know, but yeah, I don't know why it's not up anymore, but it was a great joint. But everybody, have an amazing weekend. Take care, man. Great seeing y'all up here. I'll see y'all on Discord over the weekend. I'll also, you know, like I said, I'll be posting stuff over there, and I will see, you know, be posting stuff on Patreon. So check all those things out. You can go to bio.sites/substantial, and, you know, that'll link you to everything. But there are some links also in the bio, in the description of this video too. All right, family. Take care. I'm out of here. You know, it's time for my youngest daughter's favorite part of the show. Let's get that queued up. And yeah, man, take care. Who made it to the end? All right, y'all. Peace. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo, 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 yo. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo, 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 yo. Subscribe, like, do whatever you like. Stay subscribed, like, do whatever you like. That's right.